Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GeForce GTX 1050 Ti in Cyberpunk or Cyberbug 2077. This one is the Asus Strix version of the card. It comes already overclocked out of the box, but I pushed it a little bit further, as you can see right here. We're of course using the latest Nvidia drivers 511.79, and you can check out all of the GPU specs right here, 4GB DDR5, and over on the left we're running it with a Ryzen 9 5900X and 32GB of RAM, but as usual, you don't need these specs to achieve the most out of a 1050 Ti. Something like a Ryzen 3 3100 will get you exactly the same FPS as in this video, paired with like 16GB of RAM. Let's get into it, shall we? So Cyberbug actually received an update recently that introduced FSR into the game, so that's why we're retesting it here with the 1050 Ti. 1080p resolution to start this off, low settings, low texture quality as well. Actually, we could increase that to medium. It doesn't really affect your FPS, and 4GB is enough for medium textures. Over here, everything is set to the lowest because in the previous video that I made on the 1050 Ti testing this game, it couldn't really maintain 30 frames per second at 1080p. FSR over here will probably change that. Let's find out. Over on the gameplay tab, these are the settings, set to low again. Let's do this. Okay, so apparently 1080p with the low settings is still running kind of the same. I think, yeah, it will probably drop here and there from 30 frames per second, and that's exactly what we've seen in my previous videos testing this game. As you can see, mid-20s right there. This is also a really intensive area, by the way, but yeah, it seems like performance, the raw performance of the game hasn't really improved in any way. It's basically the same as when I tested it, and it's basically the same as day one. It might stutter a little bit less, but that's about it. The averages, the 1% lows, the drops below 30 are still here, and that's why I haven't really tested every single patch that has come to this game, because they mainly patched the bugs. That's why I sometimes call this game Cyberpunk nowadays instead of Cyberbug. Now, let's enable some Fidelity FX Super Resolution, FSR of course, provided by AMD. They're very nice to do this because, well, the DLSS is grayed out. But anyways, FSR is the star of the show today. Let's apply that, and hopefully it's gonna improve our FPS by a lot. Yes, okay, so we were getting like 30, and now we're getting like 7 to 10 more frames per second, and driving around this area, it doesn't drop from 30 anymore. Finally, Cyberbug or Cyberpunk is playable. I'm so sorry, god damn it, I didn't even hit anybody. These police guys are pretty sensitive here in Cyberpunk. But anyways, should we? Yeah, we should. I'm just gonna move on. They're shooting at me, so let's leave this area for a little bit. As you can see, guys, it doesn't drop now. And basically, if it didn't drop back there in that really demanding area, it won't really drop anywhere in the map. So you're good to play this game at 1080p resolution with FSR and low settings with the 1050 Ti. Finally, this is amazing, guys. This technology is absolutely great, and honestly, since the game already looks a little bit over sharpened at the native 1080p resolution without using any FSR, it is looking pretty damn good using FSR as well. Like, it's still sharp-ish for 1080p, you know, and honestly, if you told me that I was playing this game at native 1080p resolution, I would believe you. I am running it on a 4K monitor though, so even native 1080p doesn't really look very sharp, obviously. But I can tell you that I'm not really noticing much of a difference here. This is awesome, guys. We went from 30 frames per second on average to 40 almost. That's insane. That's just an insane improvement. And it doesn't drop from 30 anywhere. Oh my god, no, this is bad. This is really bad. We should just move here and try to get these guys. Yes, one down. And oh, okay, yeah, he's down as well. Car just exploded and took him out. We should, oh boy, god damn it. Alright, let's just take this. Okay, still have bullets here. Good stuff. We should move on, right? The FOV is a little bit too tight in this one. I can definitely tell you that. I should change it. Gosh, they're everywhere now. Where's my HP, by the way? Thank you very much. Get out. Get out. Get out. No, you. Gosh, how did that miss? Thank you, kind lady. I am gonna get away from here now. Maybe the health is just the screen going crazy right now. I'm not really sure. Maybe I can tell, like, in the shadows, oh boy, that it's a little bit aliased or a little bit weird with noise, you know, but it's very minor, guys. FSR looks incredible in this game. It's a really good implementation. I am super glad that they introduced this into the game. And I'll probably test the 750 Ti as well here, because maybe the legendary 750 Ti can actually play this game now. No, people, please, don't go in front of the car, dude. Come on. Looks like GTA 5 right now. Not in the graphics department, but in NPC behavior, basically. I'm gonna stop it right here. Let's take a look in this direction now. I'm gonna disable FSR right now, just to see if we can spot the difference. Take a look at it. Everything's applied right now. I'm gonna move my mouse a little bit here. The shadows are still... Yeah, the shadows are still noisy, so it wasn't really FSR doing that. Interesting. And there's still a little bit of aliasing around the car as well. That's just the 1080p resolution, I guess. Of course, we get much lower FPS, very close to 30 now. But yeah, just take a look at this stopped image right now. And I'm gonna enable Ultra Quality FSR once again. All right. I mean, side by side, I might be able to tell the difference, but whenever I'm playing the game, it's very minor and very subtle. Maybe, like, over on the right there, on the open arrows, you might be able to see a little bit more definition at native 1080p resolution. So I'm just gonna do that once again, disable this. And yes, that's definitely the case there. But honestly, guys, it still looks pretty damn good. And I will definitely take the extra FPS by using FSR in this one. So what about the quality FSR, though? Will that still look good? You can see that it's a little bit softer right now and a bit more aliased in those rails right there. The arrows and the open sign are pretty fuzzy and aliased, and the roads, like right there on the left. Yeah, it's not really that good, honestly, but you do get like 10 more FPS or so. I'm gonna try to go to the other area once again. I don't really know how to get there, though. So, I'm gonna try, okay? Honestly, this is not really terrible. People, please. Okay, what am I doing here, though? What the heck is happening? It's Cyberpunk. It's still Cyberpunk. I knew it. God damn it. They're after me again. Gosh. Oh, we're close, actually. Yeah, let's go this way, because this street is actually pretty intensive. Yeah, this doesn't look bad, honestly. It looks a bit fuzzier, a bit lower quality, of course, and softer, but it still looks pretty okay to me. Gosh, okay, I would prefer to play the game like this than at native resolution for sure, because, well, it drops from 30 and this is a smoother experience. Although FSR on Ultra Quality is probably the way to go here at 1080p. You're not going to reach 60 FPS anyways on quality FSR, so I would just take the 30 plus FPS experience all of the time, like 5 FPS less on average than this, and a slightly sharper and more detailed image. I think that's the way to go. 1080p with FSR Ultra Quality. What about lower resolutions, though? What the hell is that? What? Like, that's super weird. Oh, okay. It was kind of rendering his dress or her dress. Okay. What are you throwing? Oh. Okay, that's just a flash grenade. Oh, gosh. All right. It's all good. Yep. It's all good. All fine. No, the car is on fire. It's not good. We're gonna die, guys. But that's all part of the plan. Exactly. Let's lower it to balanced. This should start looking pretty bad. At this point, I really don't recommend you to play like this, but it reaches 60 FPS, guys. We're getting 50s. Sorry, people. I'm really sorry. I just can't control this thing. Cars in this game are very weird to control. Are we close to that area? I think so. Yeah, maybe it's in that direction. What just happened? Overheat. Am I overheating? What? Enemy net runners. Come on, stop. Sometimes it will reach 60 in less demanding areas, but it still drops into the 40s over here. Although, we are not seeing 30s anymore, so if you want to... never mind. It drops into the higher 30s now. Yeah, at this point, I really feel like it's not worth it. The image is very soft, and there is almost no detail. And lastly, there's still Ultra Performance. So Performance FSR still doesn't get to 60 plus all of the time, and it's starting to look pretty bad right now. Although still pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie, this is impressive for the resolution that we're playing on. I think at this point it's probably 480p, honestly. Lastly, Ultra Performance FSR, which is definitely not a good idea. Yeah, everything is blinking. Oh my gosh, it looks pretty bad. It's weird. But hey, we're getting 60 plus right now, so that's a little bit impressive, right? Still drops though. Yeah, it's definitely gonna drop from 60. We need a better car, guys. It looks so soft and there's basically no detail, but that's to be expected at these settings. It's Ultra Performance FSR after all. Nobody should play like this, I believe. What about like Ultra Quality FSR with medium settings? The only thing that I can't change inside of the game is the texture, so those are always locked to medium in this video. And holy crap, that is pretty impressive, guys. That is pretty impressive. I wasn't really expecting 30 plus at medium settings. Like, medium looks way better than low, honestly. Gosh, it's pretty hard to control again. And it's not really dropping from 30 in this area. Again, this is one of the most intensive areas in the entire game. Oh boy, we're screwed. We're screwed again. Let's just run. See the explosion, actually? Let me see the explosion. Come on. Nice. Okay, we're gonna die. We're definitely gonna die. Did it drop, guys? I didn't really see if it dropped during the explosion. But probably it didn't, because our 1% lows are still the same as they were before. Oh, look at my 2 fingers right there at the bottom of the screen. That looks so weird. Who runs like this? You can actually see my hands. My left hand is stopped. Anyway. These medium settings at 1080p using FSR. Like, if I played at medium settings at native 1080p resolution, we'd probably see it drop into the low 20s, because we saw it dropping into the mid 20s at low 1080p. But now, using FSR, you can actually lock your FPS to 30 and have a console-like experience. It will probably dip here and there, as you can see, 29 right there. But it's not bad whatsoever. I think if we slightly overclocked the cards just a little bit more and locked the FPS to 30, maybe add some motion blur if you're into that, it would feel like a smoother experience and it would be playable. On a 1050 Ti at medium settings, FSR is just amazing. What can I say? This still looks really good. Again, what about medium without FSR right now? Because we didn't really try that out. Just want to see how much it drops. Yeah, look at that. 24, 25, 23. And we weren't really dropping before with FSR enabled. So what a massive difference. This is just incredible. This is just completely insane. It's pretty good. I am gonna drop it down to like 900p right now, because some of you do play at 900p and I want to check it out as well. 1600 by 900 at medium settings without FSR still does drop from 30 frames per second, and it does look worse than FSR at 1080p, honestly. So I would definitely choose to play with FSR instead of lowering the resolution in this one. But if your native resolution is 900p, of course, well, it's probably gonna look good with Ultra Quality FSR for you. Again, if your native resolution is 900p. And look at that, at medium settings... no, oh gosh, I'm dead. Okay, let's stop it there, restart the counting system. Alright, so now the police shouldn't really come after us anymore, because I loaded a different game. And look at this, this is still medium settings at 900p, but using Ultra Quality FSR. If you have a 900p monitor, I really recommend these settings, because it still looks really damn good, and it will not drop from 30 frames. So you're good, guys. Damn. Uh-oh. I didn't hit the guy. I didn't hit the guy. Don't even start, okay? Don't even start. It wasn't me. It was not me, okay? All right. We're free to go, guys. We're good. But what about the low settings preset at 900p resolution with ultra quality FSR? It gets much higher FPS, of course. I think everything is applied by now, so let's start counting the FPS. And yeah, I guess if you want to play like this, it's gonna be a smoother experience, of course. I will still recommend you to enable FSR even on a 900p monitor, although I think it won't drop from 30 frames at native resolution, because that's what we've seen in my previous videos. So yeah, performance hasn't really changed anyways, so if we did get 30 plus all of the time at 900p low, that means that we will still get that. At this point, I'm just wondering why it took them so long to introduce FSR into this game, honestly, because a lot of people have already played this, and they could have had a much better experience with this setting, of course. Even with higher-end GPUs, you know, like 1080s, 1080s Ti's, 5700 XTs. Yeah, FSR is just a game changer here. Look at this. It's not really dropping from 40 even at 900p low with FSR. So finally, I'm gonna set it to 720p just to cover everything here in this video. No FSR first, actually, just to see it for a little bit. It gets better FPS than 900p with FSR, I guess. Yep. And now let's enable that on ultra quality. Now the thing is, at these lower resolutions, it will start looking a bit too fuzzy and a bit too soft using some upscaling techniques. So I mean, I'm not really sure if I would utilize it in this game at 720p resolution, honestly. But if you do have a 720p monitor and if you want a little bit more FPS, well, you can actually get 50s on average. But yeah, I guess at 720p it just loses a bit too much quality. I don't think I would enjoy this experience too much. Again, I think I would go for either 1080p low settings with FSR or 1080p medium settings with FSR and a slightly higher overclock with 30 FPS locked. I feel like that's the sweet spot here for a 1050 Ti in this game. You do get that quality. After all, this is a very beautiful game at higher settings, and you do have that console-like frame rate and experience. I really enjoyed making this one, honestly, guys, and if you want to watch more Cyberpunk videos after this, I will probably make a few more. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll catch you in the next one very soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.